Welcome back to the OPL, where we're going into overtime. It's going to be our first tiebreaker of the split. Of course, there is only one, and it is going to be between the Direwolves and Sin. As the game teams get ready to go into the lobby, just want to remind you guys that we had a coin toss that Sin won and elected to play on red side. Also want to update you on the lineups, because Direwolves are not going to be playing their regular 5. Right now it will be Rippy in the top lane, Sybil as jungle, Perfection or Fantix in the mid lane, Raze and Kuden AD carrying and support. But I also want to throw out there that last time they did this to us, and that is not how they played.
Yes, and look, now it's Sharp that's left instead of...
Not left.
Sorry, he hasn't
Not
He's
left.
Still on the team.
Still somewhere.
Still on the team. Don't worry, guys.
And they have known for 24 hours, so this is a planned substitution. Sharp was unavailable. Rippy is stepping into the starting lineup. Sharp is on the team. They have lost one ban, that is all.
Yeah, and so Kuden was the one that was subbed out last time around, and Sybil plays a fantastic bard. Makes a bit of sense that he then steps into the support role. They grab him his signature support champion, and then they manage to trick Trident into letting the Udyr through, and then Rippy doing ridiculous Rippy things and winning the game.
That makes me really sad as well, because we're probably going to see Udyr being banned here, and I like watching Udyr mains
No,
play
that shouldn't make you
champion.
sad. It's just the standard thing, right? As soon as you see Rippy, it's always get rid of the
That's
Udyr.
why it makes me sad. I want to see the Udyr. I want to see it play Udyr again.
Tier top Phoenix dance Udyr definitely might be on the table. But guys, let's have a look at what they're actually playing for. As we pull up the brackets for our semi-finals, it will be next Tuesday and Wednesday. It's Legacy Esports locked in on first place. They are 9-1, and what an absolutely monstrous team. But the Chiefs are now 7-3, your OPL legends. They have lost against both Sin and Direwolves, but that was when they didn't have Swiffer. You know what? I'm just going to say they're two terrifying teams, and you probably don't want to play both of them, but you have to play one, and it's probably better to play the Chiefs right now, in my opinion.
Yeah, and looking down at this, it's like, oh, okay, we've got to try and make sure that we get that third spot. Oh, crap, we're still up against the Chiefs. Yeah, but if we're in fourth, we have to go up against Legacy. It's like, oh, God, do we jump into the furnace or do we just jump into the fire? Like, who knows? Like, what's happening right now?
Yeah, it certainly is a difficult matchup. However, I want to break this one down, because last time these teams played, it was Sin picking up the win. First time around, it was Direwolves, and then Sin won the next time. That was in the Cinderella Super Week, where they absolutely performed out of their minds. Did we learn anything out of those games, how these teams face up? I call them like Sin versus Direwolves versus Direwolves Light, because that's how I saw their teams. But then Sin, with their macro play, kind of stepped it up last time.
Well, this is the thing. It's like Direwolves plus the ability to play the map, especially around that early stage. And if we allude back to their game against the Chiefs, they were still making intelligent decisions as far as moving around that map was concerned. Of course, very early on, moving the Kassadin out of the mid lane, making up for that lack of wave clear by putting the Sivir in there. Intelligent moves by Sin. Whereas Direwolves, they just move around and fight you. And what we saw in the game against the Hellions was the fact that they were doing it, but they were doing it with 5 people, and the fact that they could then just move everyone there at the same time.
I'm also going to say that Hellions kind of was just like, you know what, guys? We're Oceanic now. We can fight as good as the next team. Bring it on. And then we're kind of like, wow, that's why they play this way. They're really good at fighting. We should probably go back to playing the map.
I like what Atlas said as well, how they move around as 5. You know, the Direwolves, they hunt together, so to speak. They're the pack. And you know what? They kind of feel like similar teams, Sin and Direwolves, you know. But Direwolves, they hunt as a pack. They move around as 5. Whereas Sin, they're kind of like the lone wolves. They have one person that they get ahead, and then he kills everybody. So I really want to see if the lone wolf from Sin can take down the pack.
I wouldn't even necessarily think of it as a lone wolf. It's just a guy in his cheer squad, you know? It's like Rymeister and then everyone going,
I don't necessarily
Rymeister.
agree, because I think that Chippies is a player to watch for in this series. He's going to be playing against someone playing off-role regardless. Whether it's Zeratul, who was a top laner, whether it's Chippy, whether it's Rippy playing top lane, or whether Sybil goes up there for some reason and plays Gragas, we don't know. I don't even know if they know. But Chippies has stepped up huge. And we heard so much about this guy. Slumped early in the season, and we're kind of like, where is this superstar that we've heard a lot about? But in the last 4 weeks, has been a phenomenal asset to his team. And this is probably the best game he has to carry through.
Exactly that. If he's going to go up against a mismatch, so to speak, where his opponent is not necessarily used to top lane, he has to take advantage of that. I really want to see how Direwolves cater to that as well. I want to see if they have a way to play around that mismatch in the top lane and see if they have a way to change things up.
Yeah, there needs to be a method of, I guess, neutralizing what could be a liability for the Direwolves, but this is a fantastic opportunity for Chippies. You're exactly right, Spawn, that you brought that one up, because this guy was known originally as like the Aurelia main. This guy's known to really try and bring it to you in the top lane, and if he can capitalize on weakness, this could be a massive opportunity.
I'd also like to see if Direwolves try to force a lane swap coming into this game as well, because not only do you dodge that one-on-one matchup where you don't have a regular top laner anymore, you also give some saving grace to your other players that are playing in their off roles as well, and also to Rippy, who's not necessarily playing competitively.
See, I completely disagree. I think that if it was like an 80 carry swapping position, lane swap, sure, because you save the lane. Top laner playing substitute top laner, it's nearly impossible to play a lane swap because you have to know like how many creeps it takes to bounce away.
Think about who's coming back in,
what the
though.
timing of the jungler is, like all these things. So Rippy's coming back in.
Exactly. So now the double jungle makes so much more sense.
I'm like, the one time I will put my foot down on the desk is it is, as a top laner, it's much easier to play standard lanes and call a jungle gank up than it is trying to catch waves over the map and get experience that way. There is a real chance if they lane swap, Chippy's freezes on him, and he just doesn't see a creep wave for the rest of the game. However, guys, the teams are ready to get onto Summoner's Rift, as I have the last word about that. So here is Pastry Time and Rusty to take us into Direwolves versus Sin.
So many questions for our final OPL match of the regular season. We do have a tiebreaker. Overtime is here. Rusty, I'm not sure what the answers look like, but we're going to find out very soon. It's only one game. It's a best of one. And the winner gets to play Chiefs, and the loser gets to play Legacy. Both of those things feel quite difficult at this stage, but you have to think, on balance, third versus fourth is a difference, enough of a difference in playoffs.
I feel like there's also the point to say that you finished third. I think that's talking rights. Nobody ever wants to lose a game. They are both teams caught between a rock and a hard place, between Chiefs and Legacy. There is no winning situation in that respect, but there should never be coming into the playoffs. And you just want to win every game that you can.
Exactly. They've locked it in. They likely have to play those two teams anyway. As Diana gone, Udyr gone. Signature champions just taken out here in the draft.
No hesitation is my favorite part about those first bans apiece, both done in 1 second flat.
We've slowed down though. So considering the next ones, at least had the first two lined up nice and quick. As we mentioned, Rippy will be subbing in for his team. Sharp unable to play. Dials will lose a ban for late roster submission, so they've had some time to plan, but obviously couldn't quite get it all organized in time. So Alistar will be Dial's second and final ban as Sin ban away the Shen, actually. That's kind of a Sybil ban,
That is the Sybil ban. So they've taken away half of the, I guess, composition that they ran against Helions last time around. So the Soraka Shen. We'll see what Sin's last ban is going to be. Also, because there's still a lot of champions available. Lulu, as an example.
What a comp it was as well. Like, I giggled because it seems kind of funny when you say it, but actually very effective yesterday when they played the Shen Soraka. So one half taken out. I like that part. Dials, of course, no third ban, so they'll let the timer pass, and Elise is the choice there for Sin. So clearly had a lot on their minds here. Still plenty of picks open. Bans have been actually heavily targeted in this particular draft.
And it makes a lot of sense. They've got subs, so you target one of the particular bans. This case, who knows where everything's going? Who knows where anything's going?
Well,
we really just don't know.
We got a Bard. I'm trying to remember the last time Kuden played Bard, but I can tell you the last time Sybil played Bard. But that is their first pick. An interesting first pick support choice, but I think we'll just let the draft breathe in this one because it's going to be really hard to say exactly what the Direwolves' plan is. Sin, though, I think they'll have a pretty clear plan coming into this one.
I know my job's meant to be an analyst, you know, but Direwolves, what the hell do I say about it? Bard, could be Sybil, could be Kuden,
could be Jungle.
Could be anything.
Who knows?
It really
I believe in Fantix's AP mid Bard.
I don't believe
slap
in
him.
that.
No? Come on, man.
It does have a pretty brutal slap, and it's satisfying to slap them with meeps, but you can't really...
I've sold it.
You know
Raze. He's the Bard man.
Is he?
I don't know. It's
Why?
a range champ. He can like 80 carry it up. I don't know. It's sort
Journey
of like
in, save the flash, you know, can flash back out once he makes a mistake. Because he's still Bard. Got anyone. There you go.
Gangplank Brom are the next two picks there for Sin. The train's been derailed a bit. Let's get it back on track. And, I mean, these picks are just awesome for Sin. We saw both these champions ban in the previous series. Gangplank's good on both Chippies and Rhymeister. Brom's an awesome support. Tile started with first pick Bard. We'll see what they go for pick 2 and 3 here.
Yeah, Sin are setting themselves up well with this first rotation of drafting. Gangplank is a Chippies and Rhymeister flex, so definitely still quite strong. And Rogue loves to be a tanky champion. If he's not a Thresh, put him on the Brom on the Alistar, and he is a content support to work with Cardred. As I can tell you that I really wish that the Shyvana was locked in. Well, all things. Blitz, not so much.
Well, I agree on the Blitzcrank part, but we'll see. Oh no. Garen's locked in, boys. Shyvana is locked in as well. We're going to some interesting places today. But you know what? I think this, of all people, this does not phase Sin. They've started with Gangplank Brawl. They'll keep drafting standard. Whatever's happening on this side of the screen. Oh, this side. Ooh, that's hard. We'll find out later. Look, cameras are hard. I'm sorry. I messed it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough.
More power to them.
Yep. That's a Garen.
You know what we need? We need your puppet.
We actually do need the puppet at this stage. I feel like, you know what? Garen is like a poor man's everybody champion. That's the thing. So like, he can spin, he can do AoE damage. Why not be any other champion that does AoE damage? The only benefit is he has a silence. And my only theory crafting behind this is Kuden plays Soraka. Soraka has a silence. Kuden's now playing Garen in the top lane.
Hello.
Mystery solved.
Here we go. Well, Gragas Corki there for Sin, so continuing the trend of strong drafts here. I like the Azir hover here from Direwolves because it's like Fenix just wants to take one of his best champions and when it's in practicing a lot into this match, I feel like he's just like looking up at his team and being like, come on guys, let's... I mean, they've got a plan. I'm not sure Fenix lacks the plan. Fenix is a very serious player, if any of you not aware.
Can't ruin his CS stats.
No,
as well,
absolutely
so.
not.
Unfortunately for them, Gangplank was taken off him. Otherwise, you know, the solo carry was definitely a consideration. So we're still just kind of waiting around for...
I saw one
the
AD carry that I
inevitable.
really liked, and then Raze just went off the rails. So it looks like Azir is going to go over to Fantix. Raze actually gets Kalista, which drops pretty far through.
Yeah.
So I guess this is very tentative. Bard support, Kalista AD carry, Azir mid, Garen top lane for Rippy, and then jungle on the Shyvana there for Sybil. That would make the most sense as LeBlanc's locked in for Rymeister.
Definitely does make the most sense, at least in terms of where they're putting the players.
Rippy has smite again.
Yeah, we need to actually let this one work itself out.
I think
We just, you know what?
they're doing the swap again.
Life is just confusing at the moment. Let's let them go.
All right.
Did I predict this one right?
I don't know. Well, we'll have to
The
see.
Silence King.
Just
Is
let
he
you
about to
know
be a
that-
silencer?
To remind you, 20 seconds is the lock-in time for the game.
Sin, on the other hand,
So they have to actually...
whilst we're going,
Yep.
have a standard
Yeah.
composition of
Awesome
the strongest
draft.
champions potentially in every single lane. They've got really good team fighting, they've got good laning phases, they've got good jungle pressure. Literally everything is perfect.
We've arrived.
The fiesta that's happening on the other side is just all about confusion right now, and it's sent me into disarray as much as it's potentially sent Sin.
Hey, they're undefeated with Rippy on the lineup. I want to point that out. But he is going to be jungling. He'll play Shyvana with Udi Vandoy. Sybil is back on the Bard for his second time in this bit of the OPL. And your theory held true. It is Kuden playing top lane Garen. It's a flexible team. I have to be impressed by that.
Is it? It's a support playing top lane against Chippies. And this is kind of brought up on the desk as well. Chippies is good.
Yeah.
Like, Chippies is really
You
good.
got Gangplank. The champion's all right.
Direwolves are running a Shyvana jungle, so they don't really want to have any gank-heavy play, which means lane swaps could be confusing for them. Who knows?
Well, you can have a look at Sin's team come on the bottom. It's wonderful looking. Here's Direwolves for you on the top side. Shyvana, Bard, Azir, Kalista, Garen. Not the players overall or champions you may be thinking, but don't forget to get out there and use the hashtag. I am so keen to see what you guys think of this one. Hashtag DWin for the Dials. Hashtag SinWin for Sin. It's going to be a fun tiebreaker nonetheless, Rusty.
Absolutely is. And don't forget to tweet at him, let him know what you had for breakfast. I've seen Vegemite is included in the mix as well. Great.
Really good.
On there, you know. It's about as exciting as the Direwolves composition.
Like,
Vegemite is the best.
Look, if
is what I'm
nothing else,
saying.
the Dials comp is very exciting. And the great swap has happened once again. Rippy on Shyvana instead of Udyr this time around. Back in the lineup, back in the jungle. I know you sort of sensed it when they locked it in. It just feels like Rippy on the team. Makes sense that he'd go jungle. They kind of have to do a lot of shuffling around to fit him in there.
You know what?
But Shyvana is basically Udyr too, right?
Okay. Here's
All right,
the thing.
I'm ready.
So last time we saw Rippy play, he was on Udyr.
Yep.
What did he do?
Rippy things.
Yeah, he taxed the crap out of top
Yep.
lane, which was Sharp this time around. Sharp was playing Lulu. He was facilitating for the team. This time around, they've got Garen. Garen doesn't need farm. Garen does nothing at every stage of the game, so it's brilliant. He can just sit in top lane, tax the waves.
I mean, is this a ball player? I'll have the vision locked down.
Exactly. He knows what it means to not get farm as well.
Here we
You know
go.
what? First question, can Kuden last hit?
Ooh, we'll see. He's got Gracefully Undying, so things going well in that respect as we do have a look at the Keystone Masteries. Further of Battle for Raze as well. Very aggressive young AD carry player. Seems to still prefer the more aggressive Keystone choice. Carded on the Corki with the standard Thunderlords, as I'm really curious to see. Honestly, always happy to see Rippy back in the jungle. Like I said, no Udyr for him. Was banned away. Shyvana feels like a good second string. Kuden's going to start by helping him out. Seems like he knows, at least this part of the game, which, given by standard lanes, we're going to have some fun.
Thank God he knows how to leash base through time. I would have been very concerned otherwise. I think, yeah, Rippy's going to be quite happy in this jungle. The question comes down to whether Juves can try and invade him and deter any of this stacking on, let's just say it already, it's going to be the inevitable Devourer.
Oh, yes.
Titanic Hydra, Blade of the Ruined King build. We'll see how he goes getting towards that if Juves can impede it in any way, shape or form.
Fantix and Rymeister going at it early. Very nice distortion from Rai, actually. Noting that the Sand Soldier was forward. They trade Thunderlord's proc, so pretty even across the board. And level 2 now here in that bottom side. Level 2 there for Carter Rogue. Beautiful stun for Sybil. But Ray's is forced to flash out. Phosphorus bombs down. Ray's going to heal there as well. Ren's not going to be in time, and that's first blood for Braum.
Wow. In Sybil we trust, but you can't trust him that much.
Stun there as well. He's actually level 1, but he's going to try and move it back in onto Carter Rogue. He's going to take a turret hit. Sybil flashes out of the way to safety. But Sin, a very early kill in bottom lane.
Yeah, Sin controlling that level 2 naturally. Raze and Sybil, it's very hard to look at their names on the left side of the screen, don't actually find the level 2 themselves, and they do start to struggle from this. As no surprises, top lane.
Oh, Rymeister actually going to all-in Fantix. Heals get used there as well. Rymeister it's a turret here, but Fantix is going to die. Very aggressive play by Rymeister, nets him a kill.
And you know what? Absolute credit to Rymeister. This is a 1v1 that he just got against Fantix on Azir, and Fantix is no slouch. But here's the, I'm going to say, downside of your strategy, Rymeister. You don't kill Fantix. Rippy's going to come in and tax your lane.
Yep.
That's a lot of farm on Shyvana.
Well, Juice actually on the right side of the map. Kuden going to slap down that barrel. Does get it. Now the spin's coming in.
The spin.
That damage actually pretty significant. Chippy shoots that barrel. A little bit of extra speed.
Yeah, that was actually very silly by Chippies. Garen does that, he does damage early,
yeah,
right? So you don't walk into his face and cop the whole brunt of it.
Uh-oh. Juice though, body slam onto Rippy. Rippy going to go down early. Red buff there. It is enough. Juve's able to take that kill now. Rai with the chain as Sybil's actually up here as well. He's going to get the auto summon on the Meeps. Not quite there with the Q though. But Fantix is only level 2. And Sin just keep picking up kills.
Yeah, Sin controlling everywhere on the map right now. Absolute control has been established by this roster, as we're about to see that again.
Oh, trouble here now in the bottom lane. Sin just everywhere this
dead.
time. Good double stun there again, but Raze gets stunned up, goes through the journey. They'll take the journey in as well. Might be a bit too aggressive, but they will get the kill. And Sybil.
Use the minions. I believe in you, Sybil.
He's trying, looking for that 1v2. A lot of help from the minions though, but damage is there. Needs one more hit for the Braum passive. Cardra Flash has Rippy here way too late. And Sin, 5 kills up to 0. 4.5 minutes in. This is going to be a wild ride.
Don't worry, we're scaling pastry time.
Oh, we are.
We've got the late game. We've got the Shyvana Garen. Oh man, Sin, they are in absolute control. Spinning doesn't speed you up anymore, Kuden. This isn't Season 3.
That may be the last time he played Garen.
It might be.
As Rymeister, he's going to get his blue buff.
This guy plays Soraka.
He does.
Where does the similarities lie? What was the decision-making behind putting Kuden top lane?
I don't know.
I know Raze has played other roles, but I don't think anyone in Direwolves can AD carry. I don't think Rippy can play any other roles. I've seen his top lane Teemo. Would not recommend. I mean, seriously, would not recommend.
They could also move Fantix, of course, who used to be a top laner, but
then who would they put mid?
Exactly.
So I guess the conclusion was, if we play a potato-esque tank top lane, it's very easy to play, Garen quite linear, then it's our best solution.
Maybe.
Unfortunately, at this stage, doesn't feel like it's the solution, given how well Sin are moving around the map.
Yeah, 2,500 gold up now as well. Rymeister's not done. Sybil, though, he's going to come in with the help of Rippy. Going to try and get a gank down, but does not land it. Fantix, though, just going to keep farming. It's looking real fragile here right now in the mid lane. That Null Magic Mantle's not doing nearly enough work just yet.
No, he is definitely struggling, even in just the 1v1. Rymeister's established dominance in this lane against Fantix, 100%, who has definitely shown signs of struggling, especially now that level 6 is actually 2 levels ahead of LeBlanc. Oh my god.
Nice stun there from Sybil.
What a disaster.
Again, he does know his way around the Bard.
He's Bard God.
Yeah.
That's what we define Sybil as. All things considered in this game, we do have a Bard God in this.
Well, see if the Bard God is enough. Raze is in so much trouble again. Sun's going to land in. Magical Journey's not enough. Raze is going to go through it. He actually might survive this time, but they are going to follow in. Sybil doesn't have a Q, I don't think. Oh, he misses it, and Raze does go down to Rogue. Rippy
here we
again.
go. Get him, Rippy. Oh, that's not a jungle creep. Rippy goes back. Oh, Sin. They are in so much control. This could be a dive.
And now a dive topside. Kuden level 6, but not sure he fancies this situation. Chippy has his ulti as well. He is going to use it. Bellybop's going to miss as Kuden flashes out of the way. Now going to start spinning on top of Juves. Gets out of the way of the gank.
Juves can't catch him.
Nope.
Oh, he's got... Oh, no.
Slows enough. Oh, W. Going to make it close. And Kuden just spins away to safety.
Yeah, the second the body slam missed, Juves didn't really have enough kill threat. Of course, he did a fair chunk of damage. Kuden was already going to recall, and again, this is just absolute control established by Sin in every single lane. They are looking very powerful against this Direwolves roster.
Well, it's been a while since we've seen really do this, but their lane's certainly showing up in this particular game. I think bottom lane's been the biggest surprise to me. Very aggressive, strong play from Kadra and Rogue. Rogue in particular doing some really nice things here in the lane. You can see Razor's trying to freeze it. Get as much farm as he can.
That's the thing as well, right? So Raze may be the one that's 0-3 in this lane, but at the end of the day, he's also just playing with someone who doesn't understand the mechanics of hitting level 2 first in a 2v2 lane, the importance of it, and the misplaced positioning from Raze as well, maybe having blind faith that his support, while Sybil is actually still a good bard, may not know the lane as effectively as Rogue and Kardred, who are 100% taking this game to win through their laning phase at level 2, as Rippy just ulted to get a red buff.
I love it. I love it so much.
Everything about you confuses me in a good way.
Well, he's going to take the red too. In fact, he's going to zone Juves off at first. Fnatic's going to help him out. Rippy going to take it though. No Devour just yet though, so no stacks. Does get some strength for the Aegis health though.
For a red buff. And you know what that means? It means he's not ganking anytime soon.
What's a gank?
Oh boy.
Who's not as familiar with that one?
League of Legends.
Sybil actually could be in trouble. Fandic's also really low. Ryze going to move that Mimic in aggressively. Fandic should be safe for now. Does have a Negatron Cloak finished, so going to resist a lot of that damage, but here comes a dive in bottom lane. Sybil keeps leaving, and Raze keeps falling into trouble. Good flash, but Kadra's going to follow after him. Here's the rest of the squad. Juves goes in, does land the belly bop, and that's going to be a kill onto Raze. Stun lands in, and Kadra gets it.
Yeah, one more kill on the board. So far, so good for this Sin roster. The near-perfect game is on its way.
About to be ruined, though. Chippy's in trouble. Oh, we've tried to predict our flash. Sybil again, trying to get Cupid. Chippy's still going to die. Kuden pops down the ulti and takes him out.
Kuden actually picking up that kill. Direwolves ruined that perfect game. I was just literally just alluding to. Damn it.
Commentator curse.
Yeah, absolutely. But they get a gank off. The two junglers roaming together. Unfortunately for them, the issue lies in the AD carry position.
It certainly does. As they get a tower in the bottom lane, Sin, especially Kardred, are very far ahead in this particular matchup. Double the CS of Raze here as well, with the Trinity Force going to be completed very quickly. I was going to say, though, I like that the junglers are traveling together. I think I've solved it, Rusty. Shyvana, good damage. Not a lot of CC. Bard, lots of CC. If you combine them together, you get one awesome jungler. The only issue is that Raze has to 1v2 a Fed Corki.
Okay, here's the other issue, right? If I was to play one champion in League of Legends, as an example, Gragas,
Yep.
he would do what Bard does, has CC. He would do what Shyvana does and has damage. That is effectively saving a champion slot. Right now, if they have to roam as two people just to get what Gragas does in one, that's where they run into the issue. It's not easy to gank for a Garen either, because he just kind of runs at them and yells loudly Demacia until they get close enough.
Yeah, hopefully until they die.
Demacia! Why are they running?
Good and struggling a bit as Chippy's looking good on the flank early on. Again, sort of what we expect, but Direwolves still fighting here in this one. Sin very far ahead though. Just thinking about how fast these Trinity Forces are going to be. In fact, they've already swapped their duo mid lane to give Rhymeister that bottom side. He doesn't even have teleport this time, but it just makes so much sense with how strong the Corki is. He's a pretty good mid laner himself. Happy to 1v1 Fantix.
Bottom lane, by the way, I just want to point out positioning of Rhymeister. He's actually just still split pushing.
He was casually under a turret. Oh, nice from Kuden. Takes that barrel out. Minions though to contend with. Could cause some problems. Fandix picks up the Raptors for himself as Juves is looking to counter jungle them. Ryther busy pushing down on this bottom side. And Rippy's getting chased out of that jungle. The Devourer has been purchased, but the stacks are a long way away, Rusty.
Yeah, he's just banking on getting sated, and even then he may not have enough. As these two
Got it again. Oh, ulti. Good ult there as well. Then you're going to follow in. The damage is not quite enough, but the ignite should be Sybil with an auto. Takes out Chippies.
Yeah, Sybil picking up that kill. Actually cheekily got into the bush above where Chippies was and gets a nice gank off. Unfortunately, Sin is still trying to win the game.
He's just a jungler now, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's absolutely not a bot lane player. It makes sense to be Bud.
Ooh, Fantix, good flash. Good dodge of the Q there as well. Ulti from Juice, not quite on point, but Rymeister could just finish him off instead. Needed another spell there, I think.
Yeah, handy minion wave actually blocking the potential chains. As Sin, they are starting to ramp up the pressure. Now sieging down this middle lane turret. Not easy against Direwolves having an Azir Bard there, though. Still got hit.
Certainly do, but Rymeister's going to try and make one of his own. Great stun there from Sybil. Another ulti down as well. They might have got Rymeister here. Sybil can make the big plays for himself. Right, he's getting himself pushed back towards the turret, but his clone tanks the first hit. Second hit, though, isn't going to land on him. But the magical journey's going to try and chase him down. Everyone goes through for it. They really want this kill. But Rymeister needs to use one distort too many, and now Raze is going to chase him. No one here for help here for Sin. The Fates call you. Sybil wants it. He does get it.
Sybil just getting that kill. That was really close to an execution, I think, to say the least. Juice still pressuring the map. Sin still in control, but they're giving over kills. You got it.
Yeah. Juice does take it. Sybil, magical journey again. Oh, Rippy's in as well. Does get stunned up against the wall. Has to ulti out.
Again.
Oh, the real Jukes. I love that.
Man.
I love that. Rippy, as he was retreating, started the Gromp.
Yeah.
You can just tell the mindset of the player. I love it.
He even hit the Gromp more than once. Like, he wasn't just retreating.
Oh, he's doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's time for the Gromp.
So the problem with Rippy, and this is what everyone who's started to gotten on, is he was predictable to a fault. He's always going to farm. He's always going to take discamps. His jungling route was always the same. And he got exploited very easily.
Well, good. Not having a good time. Does flash. No follow-up there. Juves does not want to burn his flash.
Oh.
That tag's not there. Juves actually flashed to cancel that. Now Sybil here just to be annoying. Very cheeky. Oh, they're having a dance. How cute.
There's not much else for Sybil to do right now. He's actually in
Rogue
trouble.
shows no mercy. Ulti down as well. That's going to be a dead Bard. Chippies gets that kill.
Now Juice is dancing on him when he's dead. Oh,
That's
this
just
game is just...
Oh, Fantix in trouble. Good ulti there. Cardred collects that one. Trinity Force already there for Corki. 14 minutes in. It's just all falling apart here. It's Sin looking to take this tiebreaker and look for that third spot.
They absolutely are looking so in control right now. So I don't think there's any stopping the Sin train. Direwolves, they're showing some kind of resilience. Is really working their way in now. But they're so far behind in items, in gold, in everything. But to actually get themselves into this game is pretty much climbing Everest. Or Mount Targon. We'll go with that.
Well, Sin are getting pretty far to the summit now. Just have to go a little further. And Sybil is going to try and pull this wave up. Oh, Rippy's here. Hello. Found something he likes. Creeps in a lane that's empty.
It's like ice climbing with gloves on.
Yeah. Bandix there, though. Able to clear that out. Azir being behind, though, is going to be a struggle. Rymeister will be much more effective earlier on. And I have to say, Rise, effective 1v1 performance this game has been really good.
Yeah, honestly, like, every jokes aside, Direwolves' performance aside as well, this mid lane was definitely still a 1v1. And in this 1v1, Rymeister actually put a clinic on and destroyed Fantix and made him work for this game. And that is actually one of the most impressive things. Pretty much holistically. That was satisfying.
Kuden. Oh, he's going to look for the turret. He's taking damage now, though.
Spin the turret.
No. He's going to get it, though. Oh, he nails it. Sybil's here in support. Kuden's going to get out safely. And Direwolves actually get their first turret of the game. So it's better than nothing.
Kuden effectively one lane. There you go.
Ah, I see. The classic. Wait, no, he lost his tower already.
Yeah, I know. He didn't, man.
I like that you're trying. There's Juice. In trouble, actually. Fantix with a nice ulti. Puts up the turret as well. Very nice kill. There's now Rogue's going to get attacked on as well. He's forced to flash out, but Bard ulti is going to land onto him. Kuden also here is going to line up the ulti. Straight onto Rogue. Does land it in. Fantix actually looked to pick this one up as Raze gets crucial shutdown gold. And Rippy,
Get him, Rippy.
He's going in. He's flashed forward. He's got the red buff down as well. That's going to force the heal out of Cardred.
Wow. Direwolves, they get two more. Well and truly still in the game to some extent. I mean, they are still playing on the Rift as Direwolves, they somehow... I mean, Juve's actually altered them towards him to get the kill as well. Chippies has a flank.
Yeah, he's TP'd in.
It's not easy to flank as GP. You actually need to set up everything. So level 13 is the I can maybe flank.
There's a teleport to gank the Raptors.
Yeah, it's, you know, taking away one of those stacks in Rippy's Devourer.
Sun turret goes down there. Kuden spinning around.
I have no idea where LeBlanc just went.
I don't know where Sybil. Oh, he's chasing Sybil.
Yeah.
Ah, I see. Kuden yells Demacia, but wave clear for Garen. Not his strong suit, not defensively at least. As Dials are trying to keep themselves in this game. Did have some nice moves there to get some gold into their pockets, but still significantly behind here in this one. See if they can hold on to this turret. Doesn't look like it. Sin going to take turret number 5 for themselves.
They absolutely are.
Chip is starting to really hurt.
Wow. Damage is absurd. All it takes here from Sin is to start grouping and start being much more effective with their rotations. I feel like Sin have definitely given away enough kills to be disappointed, and that is why they're now starting to take this a lot more, I'm going to say, aggressive, the way that they're playing to try and use the advantage they have, which is pretty big, to start trying to close it out.
You can see Ray's waiting for the creep wave, but he's so far behind. Particularly Rymeister. He'll blow him up in an instant. Raze, though, is going to get some free time alone with this wave. Has a Blade of the Ruined King, so things are looking up a little more for the AD carry. He's going to try and hold this wave as best he can, but Sin going to take away the Rift Scut. They're actually chasing Rippy out of his jungle again. Does get tagged by the Brawl multi. Passive not there, though. Nice part off from Sybil.
Slam. That's cool.
Yeah,
You can change
cool.
direction after the golden form in the body slam. That was something.
Kuden trying to chase down Rai, but LeBlanc, a pretty tricky champion to catch, especially for Garen.
What are we at with Devour stats as well?
Ooh, Blue Steel not there for Juves. Does go over to Fantix. So again, Dials defending their territory. As Kuden's just having a spin in the bottom lane.
He's Beyblading.
Yep.
You know what we need? Oh my god. Kindred ultimate. Set up the arena. Or Jarvan ultimate, actually. I'll take that back. A Jarvan ultimate.
Yep, with a Garen.
And a Garen spinning inside it. We need like 2 Garens.
That would have been.
It's like almost as good as Mundo Volleyball.
Almost. I don't know if anything's going to top that for this week. That was pretty great.
Oh man.
Sin now going to take a dragon for themselves. Pretty late, to be honest, but they've been busy taking turrets and killing people, so I can kind of understand where the tardiness has come from.
Yeah.
Definitely a bloodthirsty game. Neither of these teams are afraid to fight.
Yeah, absolutely. They want to fight. They want to get kills. They want to start essentially doing what Sin have done, and that is snowballing the game through kills. For what it's worth, it's not easy to kill Garen. Like, at all. But I don't think Garen has any kill threat really on Gangplank either. So this is a very stagnant lane.
I mean, Kuden's trying. He's 2 levels down. He actually kind of made a go of that as the Rift Herald is going to go back to his home.
And again, it's no surprise that Chippies is doing well. It was an absolute mismatch coming into this, so expected result, but he's diffusing the lane right now. He's at least keeping it at bay. Chippies can't kill him, so that's a relative win for Direwolves. They're banking on a 4v4 above all else, which is very difficult to do now because Sin in this 4v4 have a card that is 3-0-3.
And here's Riders. Look at the poke he's putting down. Almost takes out Rymeister in 3 spells. Sorry, Fantix. He's Rymeister. That would make much sense. And this is where LeBlanc really start putting hurt in. Morellonomicon has been completed, so Sinner is going to start sieging. Chippies can help them with the ulti if they commit to any sort of dive or disengage. But the dives, I think they know they sort of have to do something here.
Proxy farming.
Oh, my,
genius.
this is awesome.
It's the modern day Sin.
Well, something's going to happen in topside here. Rippy goes in. Actually goes buffers through the Brawl multi, but he's going to get locked up. He dives in for it, but Rymeister takes him out. Sin going to take a turret for themselves. Kuden is doing work, but Chippies just throws the ulti topside and Sin dive it.
Yeah, Chippy's definitely still relevant with that Gangplank ultimate. Nothing a Garen can, in fact, do to stop it from happening, and Rippy decided that forward was the best option. Probably wasn't. Here we go.
Actually, tower diving, kind of.
What is life?
I don't know.
Time. What is life?
One's journey through life, from memory.
Life is one's journey through life.
But
Rippy is taking us on one's journey through life.
I don't know about you, man. Kuden's doing work. This is actually great. I'm not sure if it's enough, but he's definitely putting the hours in.
Kuden is doing as much work as Elmo dancing to a Rihanna music video.
Which is so much work. 5 times
It's a bit of work. Yeah, I guess. Like it's. I didn't know where I was going with that. I just really wanted to say it.
That's fine. I appreciated it. Chippies are going to slow him down with a barrel. Grabs the Undying, maybe not enough. Oh, very nice slap, but I think he's still dead. That one's not going to land, but he's still going to keep chasing. Kuden will spin for one final time as Chippies takes him out. He's got an IE by the way right now, which is kind of why he had to stop proxying.
Chippy's actually using the kegs to get the trial by fire passive as well, more than once. As Sybil.
Whoa, straight in. Fate's call. They're going to keep it safe, but Rippy not so lucky. Magical Journey there, but he can't take it to safety. That's going to be a kill once again for Cardred. He is so strong right now on Corki.
They absolutely are. Sin, with a lead like this, you would assume are able to start trying to break the base. They don't have control of top lane. It's going to take Chippies an awful long time to push in that bottom lane. So they need to break it via brute force in this middle lane. But between a Gragas and a LeBlanc, Fantix can't defend. He actually just will die.
Yep, he's getting dove again. Juves actually gets the belly slam onto Sybil. Sybil's going to go down as Cardred now unstoppable. Looks for the backline as well. Rymeister has gone back to safety. Fantix going to get ulted. Flash Q's going to kill him as he flashes to his death. Kuden now locked up. Rogue going to ulti him. And Chippy's just going to lay down the hurt. Cardred dominating Textile Rays on the backside. It's just carnage here in the base. Sin almost an ace there as Rippy does now respawn, but he's going to lose that mid inhib. And I'm not sure one Shamana can defend against this many rampaging Sin team.
No, this is looking quite dangerous. Sin, if they can end the game now, they'll put themselves in the better seed, you would say, in Sin's opinion. Up against the Chiefs.
Rogo locked up. Sybil trying to make something happen. Ulti's not bad. Only gets one though. Chippies though just doing way too much damage on the gangplank. Rogue and Rymeister might have to get out here. No one's dead from Sin. Oh my god.
Wow. Unfortunately for Sin, Fantix is alive, so they can't continue this onslaught that they are currently putting down onto Direwolves. They have to back away and reset. You would say one more time. The question is, do they go for Baron before they push down any other lanes, or do they continue with the trend that they've got now? As Juice is having a laugh.
He is.
Fantix almost got out-traded by minions, though.
Yeah. Two creeps doing work. This Fantix is getting stronger. Looks like he's going for, I think, Rylai's before Nash's. Has the Stinger, but going to use that as a bridge. Raze also has Hurricane, so some options here for Direwolves. But Sin just tremendously in the lead at this point.
Yeah.
As soon as Carter finishes that IE, his damage will just skyrocket.
Yeah, this is still in again. No sated.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, look,
that was a very big pipe dream for Rippy in this game, just given how aggressively Sin played into his jungle, which again actually was quite smart. Rippy though locked up by a chain. We're going to try and stun him up. That's going to be a kill. Rymeister able to get that one. Sin, we're going to close in and try and finish this one out, you have to think.
One turret remaining. They've got all the strength in the world that Sin would need.
Nice barrel into Sybil, takes 50% of his health. Chippy's going to go for the rest of it. He's going to get it. They're going to dive in now. The ulti down as Kuden does get stunned as well. But Body Slam's going to keep him there. Ray's going to die to a keg by Gragas in the fountain. And Sin, they are going to win in very convincing fashion. 25 minutes in, and they will be your third place team. As Sin having a bit of a giggle. I will say that's incredibly disrespectful, Sin. They will dive the Nexus though, having a bit of fun. Poor form at the end of that game, but they will claim third.
Yes, and they do secure their third place, which means they are going to be up against the Chiefs. And no matter how they ended this game, they do still, I think, end the game. They would be so kind as to do so for us.
So we're trying to defend it. Ricardo, for some reason, not hitting the Nexus. You're almost a 3 out of 80 carry, Cardred. I go ahead and end the game. The minion's going to do it for him, though. And Sin, they will take third.
Yeah. I don't know if it's really a victory, the way that you look at this now, though. They just lost to the Chiefs. They now play against the Chiefs. Whew. What a weird game.
It was a bit of a weird game. I mean, really a difficult situation for the Direwolves, right?
Yeah.
Like, they knew it was going to be tricky. Unfortunately, couldn't pick up the win. Sin will claim third. Direwolves on fourth. Let's go back to the analyst desk.
Thank you so much, Julian. I think the wise Yamato Cannon once summed up a game like this. Clown Fiesta. Atlas. Yeah. You know, they had the option of just role swapping one person. Instead, they go with the unique tactic of role swapping 3 people. Talking about the Direwolves, of course. Sin played that game. Very standard. And in the end, it was the standard team that won the game.
It was. And look, unfortunately, Rippy on the roster, this time,
not the good luck charm they were looking for.
Also, no Udyr. So, no Udyr, no clue, I think seems to be
Not many.
the way to sum this one up.
Not many jungle champions after that triple jungle ban coming out.
Yeah, no, they had to play some unique ones there, and I actually want to touch on Sin's mentality a little bit. Moving away from Direwolves, who will be 4th seeded now going up against Legacy. Sin's mentality was really good. They took that game incredibly seriously. Rymeister especially, like, if you ignore the side lanes, we had an isolated mid lane. And Rymeister solo killed Fantix.
Yeah.
That's a very impressive performance. to
That
me.
was huge, and you summed it up nicely. Whereby that was an isolated lane, sorry, and nobody was there to impact that lane. He still got a solo kill on the best mid laner in Oceania.
Yep.
So yeah, he played really well.
It's a good matchup.
Yeah, it is a good matchup. However, guys, that means that Sin will finish in 2nd place, and that does us for the OPL of this first split, for the regular season at least. But don't go anywhere, because in 3.5, we're going to have the OPL show. It's a wrap of what was a very exciting split 1. Hopefully you stick around. We'll see you then.